Do you want to be more successful in your job or in your workplace? Know the difference between a job and a career. Why is it important that you know about this? Watch this video and find out. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Jamey Iris Empowers, the training and career development channel for you. Today, we will be talking about the difference between what is a job and what is a career. So, let me share to you what I can to help you move up into that ladder of success. Technically, when we talk about a job, it's a paid position of regular full-time or part-time or temporary employment. It can be short-term, it has less room for advancement, and most of the time, it will be the starting point of earning. Let's talk about career. Career, on the other hand, if for a job, this job usually is the starting point of earning, right? Just like what you've discussed. However, when we talk about career, this is for you to actually continue to earn better or higher salary and better benefits. Exactly, because as you progress in the job that you have, because it's part of your career, then therefore you'll get higher salary and better benefits. Now that you know the definition or the difference between a job and career, let us now compare what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of having a job and a career. Well, let's take a look. What's the difference between a job and a career? What's the advantages? What are the disadvantages as well? And then what happens usually? So again, the example that I had given to you, which most of you might be experiencing. So since it's just a role that you have to complete, and sometimes, even if you want to stay, you cannot stay simply because of the duration of time that they're offering you is only for a certain period. Some countries, for example, it's only offered for a 6-month basis. Some maybe a year or certain contract, but after that, that's it. Once the contract is done, then the regular position is not offered to you. So the tendency, if you have a role, then you have to apply from one job to the other. And what's the difference between a career? A career, on the other hand, it is often used to refer to a profession. It could be an occupation. It could also be a trade or vocation. And most of the time, once you're within that job scope, you have an opportunity, just like what I have mentioned, to actually grow. So again, basing it from the example that we have discussed a while ago in the food industry, for example, a lot of you might have started in the food industry as a service crew, like me. Right? But then again, if you really chose, for example, I know quite a lot of people. I've worked for more than 10 years with a lot of group of people from the hospitality industry. Let us just say they have seen, this is the industry that I really want to grow. And so from a service crew position, they have ventured into the F&B or the food and beverage positions. So they would want to grow within that industry. So F&B, you usually start as a service crew, then you can become a waiter, and you can choose from different aspects of F&B. Food and beverage service. Okay, so there is what we call food and beverage service. So there are different roles to it. So it depends on what type of industry of F&B would you like to actually belong to. Do you want to go in the fast food chain? Do you want to belong to what we call the hospitality industry? It could be in a 5-star hotel. It could also be, or different types of hotels. It could be from the airlines or even in the cruise ship. right, on the cruise ship. So you could actually pursue quite a lot of roles when it comes to the F&B industry. But the question is, which among those roles in F&B do you really would you really love to do? So is it serving the guest? Or would you like to see also leading? You still, in a way, will be serving the guest, but you would like to lead, okay, the team that actually serves the guest. So you can be an F&B manager, but it starts from from the start of the ladder. So you can start from the F&B, for example, assistant, okay, server. So that could be from your background of you started with a role of what we call service. So you started with a role as a service crew, and then you can apply after several roles that you have as a service crew. You can then apply, for example, in a hotel, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star hotel. Right? And then from there, you can choose, I want to be a waiter. So, okay, then you can be a food server. Now, they also have what we call the levels. When it comes to serving, some of you might start as an assistant server, right? So before you can actually become a server or a waiter, depends on the industry. For if it's a standalone restaurant, usually they call it a waiter. But if you are in the hospitality industry, sometimes you might be called an F&B server or a server. And then again, it starts with assistant server, and then you can become the server. And if you're really good and you're doing well, then you can become the head server. Of course, anyway, we'll discuss the benefits later on. Okay, so as you evolve, as you grow in the role until you can become an assistant manager, a manager, head of department, or assistant head of department, then become a department head. And who knows, you can become the hotel director too. I knew quite a lot of people who they started as an assistant server, and then they grew from their position, and now they become the heads of the department, and even some a hotel director. I'll share that to you in my other videos, but working in the hospitality industry for almost 15 years, everyone, as an L&T professional, I can really say I have seen people who had really grown, where they started from a job, but then they ended up with a great career. But the choice will be yours. So it's great that you get to know more about this. So let us get to know more. What's the difference between a job and a career? Number 3. So it is a task or series of tasks. So when we talk about a job, number 3 will be a task or series of tasks performed in exchange for money. So again, your main concern, your main focus is, let me just do this job, even if I might not really want it, but I need this to earn my money. So this is a task. Once I complete this, on the 15th or a month, I will earn money. Right? However, when we talk about a career, so a career, on the other hand, this is a combination now of roles, experiences, education, training, and specific paths taken to achieve the goals while earning better, doing better in what one is doing very passionately. So when we talk about career, this is a combination of roles or job roles, experiences, education, trainings, and there is a specific path that is taken to achieve the goals while earning better. And at the same time doing what one is very passionate about. So that's the difference between the two. It's not simply a task that, I have to complete this at a certain period for a certain contract, but this one, at least once you're doing it, and when you're doing it, you know that you need to take this because, again, once you complete this task, gain the knowledge, gain the skills, then you can progress to the next one. So again, a career also sometimes, in order for it to be considered for a certain position or a job role, you have to first ensure that you complete such, it could be a training, education, and even a certification. So that is a career. That's why people who have a profession, doctors, nurses, even trainers, IT professionals, of course, those in the maritime industry who are studying to become like officers, Definitely they are paid higher, but simply because the responsibility as well as the requirement that is asked from them are also even higher than the usual if you will simply have a job role. Now, number four, just like what I've mentioned to you, a job definitely can give you Okay, a job can definitely give you a steady pay for the time being, meaning you need it at the point in time. Well, it can give you, okay, depends on the pay scale, but it actually has for that certain role that it will give you what you need during the payday. But is it enough? Is it high enough for you to actually fulfill the other dreams in your life? The answer is no. Okay, just like the job that I had when I was again working as a working student, okay, in the fast food chain, it helped me, get by and at the same time finish my college, but it is not really the amount that I'm earning per hour was not really that sufficient to fulfill further my dreams. So at that point in time, the pay was much needed because I don't have any other credentials and I don't have any other means to earn. However, when I had my career, okay, when you will have your career, it will give you better financial stability, just like what was mentioned earlier. It's simply because if the job is the start where you actually will earn, career, on the other hand, is the continuation for you to actually earn better. Okay, better salary, higher salary, and better benefits. It's simply because the level or the position that you have in the company or the industry that you're working for is again increasing and at the same time improving. So once again, when we talk about a job, it is a role that you have to complete at a certain time being, and tendency, since it could be short term, sometimes it can be a full contract, but it could be a part time. It could also be a temporary role. There is no room for you to improve because the time that you have there is only limited. And a tendency number two, since it is a job, you tend to apply from one job to another. Number three, it is a task or a series of tasks performed in exchange for money. And number four, it gives us a steady pay for a certain time being, just like what I've said, it could be temporary, full-time, or part-time. Or on the other hand, everyone, when we talk about career, it involves you progressing in one occupational area, just like what I've mentioned. It could be in the same industry. It could be the hospitality industry. Let's zoom in a bit, F&B industry. So it can involve progressing from one level to the other. And often it is used to refer to a profession, occupation, trade, or vocation. Now, it is also a combination of roles, experiences, education, trainings, and the specific path is taken to achieve the goals while earning better in doing what one is very passionate about. And it can give you better financial stability. So with the information given so far, so that's only half. We still have four more for each. So did it help you at least understand a little bit better what's the difference between a job and career? If that is so, please type it down on the comment box that I am actually learning. Okay. Yeah, again, looking forward to see you in my next video. This is Jamey Iris Empowers, the Training and Career Development Channel, just for you. God bless you and see you very soon.